Alex Murdaugh timeline, murders, financial fraud, unexplained deaths and arrest. July 8, 2015. 19-year-old Stephen Smith was left dead in the middle of the road in Hampton County, South Carolina. The teenager was severely hit in the head. Even though it was ruled as a hit and run, the victim's family did not agree with the ruling. It was rumored in the community that Murdaugh was involved. Eventually, police received tips about it as well. February 2, 2018, their housekeeper of more than 20 years, Gloria Satterfield, suddenly slips into a coma after falling to the bottom of some stairs. She eventually succumbed to her injury on February 26. February 24, 2019, when Alex's son Paul was 19, he was allegedly drunk driving a boat and crashed, throwing his friends. That crash killed 19-year-old Mallory Beach. Her body washed ashore about a week later. April 18, 2019, Paul was charged with 3 felonies over Beach's death, including boating under the influence. He was facing up to 25 years in prison. Beach's family also filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the Murdaughs. June 7, 2021, Paul and Maggie were shot and killed at the family's estate in Island Ton. Paul was shot once in the head and once in the chest with a shotgun. Maggie was shot 5 times with an automatic weapon. At 10:07, Murdaugh made a dramatic 911 call, claiming he discovered their lifeless bodies when he got home from visiting his mom. June 17, 2021, Randy Murdaugh IV and John Marvin Murdaugh was featured on Good Morning America, insisting their brother did not commit the senseless murders. June 22, 2021, SLED, South Carolina law enforcement, announced that they are reopening Smith's case. It was due to information found during the investigation of Paul and Maggie's murders. July 22, 2021, the 911 call made by Murdaugh was released. We could hear him crying, saying, "It's bad and my wife and child have been shot badly." He also told the dispatcher that he did not see anyone on the property. September 3, 2021, partners at Mr. Murdaugh law firm PMPED confronted him. He was forced to resign after they discovered that he was allegedly embezzling millions of dollars of clients' money. September 4, 2021, Mr. Murdaugh was shot in Hampton County on the side of the road. He then called 911, saying that he was a victim of a drive-by shooting while changing one of his tires. Once at the hospital, he was treated for a superficial gunshot wound to the head. September 5, 2021, Mr. Murdaugh went to rehab announcing that he was addicted to opioids for 20 years. He also announced that he resigned from his law firm PMPED. September 13, 2021, Alex Murdaugh confessed that he paid 62-year-old Curtis Smith to shoot him and make it look like a hitman did it. Curtis is a distant cousin, former client, and allegedly was his drug dealer. It was supposed to be an assisted suicide plot so that his son Buster would receive a $10 million life insurance payment. The two of them were arrested, but Murdaugh was released on bond for rehab. SLED also began an investigation on the allegation of him embezzling money from his law firm. September 15, 2021, SLED announced that they're reopening the investigation on Satterfield's 2018 death. October 14, 2021, Alex Murdaugh was released from rehab and arrested and charged for stealing money from Satterfield's family. They won a wrongful death settlement against him. They sued him because they said that he never gave them any money. November 19, 2021, there were almost 30 charges pinned against him. June 3, 2022, SLED announced the plan to exhume Satterfield's body. July 12, 2022, the Murdaugh family found out that Alex was being charged for the murder of Paul and Maggie. Carolina Supreme Court disbarred him so that he could no longer practice law in the state. July 14, 2022, Alex was charged with 2 counts of murder for Paul and Maggie. He was also charged with 2 counts of possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. July 20, 2022, Murdaugh pleaded not guilty of murder. November 22, 2022, an acquaintance and former Palmetto State Bank CEO, Russell Lafitte, was charged with financial fraud charges in connection to Murdaugh's alleged white-collar fraud schemes. January 23, 2023, the jury selection began for the murder trial in Colleton County Courthouse. The opening arguing began 2 days later. He also has over 100 charges pinned against him for the suicide hitman plot and the alleged white-collar scheme, over $8 million from clients. He's facing several civil suits as well. January 24, 2023, the settlement agreement in the wrongful death lawsuit brought against the Murdaugh family by the Beach family was approved. February 6, 2023, after a clash between the prosecution and defense teams, the judge ruled to allow the state to present evidence of Murdaugh's alleged financial crimes as a motive in the double murder trial. March 2, 2023, Alex Murdaugh was found guilty of murdering his wife and younger son. The jury deliberation lasted for 3 hours. The judge sentenced him to 2 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole.